What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, hey, hey.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of You Know What It Is. It's No Panties After Dark. It's that time. Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Hey,
I'm ready.
Go ahead and get it. Let's just jump in. Let's go ahead and get it, folks. Again, it's No Panties After Dark. Let's go.
No panties after dark. Your adult relationship conversation. Going where most ones. Speaking on things most don't. It's no panties after dark. We put the relations back into relationships.
All right, folks. It's No Panties After Dark. It's yours truly, Mr. Just Ask Joe. We also got Pretty Brown Skin, your hostess with the mostest. You also got our amazing guest host, Miss Swift Tiff.
Hello.
Hey.
Cool.
I'll tell you one thing. I am so glad to be back. Y'all don't even understand what last week was like. So I had COVID and strep throat at the same time. And I had no voice. And I could not talk.
I don't know if you can say the C word. We just going to say you had the little C word.
I had the vid. But what was so crazy is I guess I got it from a friend. And when they called to let me know that they had gave it to me, it was almost like they were telling me that they gave me an STD. It was a very awkward phone call. Like, I have to tell you something. It just came from the clinic. What? And the crazy part about it is this friend, he just didn't want to go to work. So he took a couple of days off from work. And he was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and go get swabbed or whatever. So when I go back to work, that I can be like, I felt sick. So I thought I had this. I didn't want to expose y'all. Went to the clinic, and guess what? He had it. He really had it. And I had woken up.
I had a friend that did that before.
Give me 6 feet. That's a problem right there.
Right. That was crazy.
This was
so
I get a chance.
I had the vid.
Anybody gets a chance, go ahead, folks. Hit that share button, hit that like button.
I already
we want
shared
you to
it.
go ham on the share. Share it 18,000 times, folks. Anybody out there? So far we got about looks like 182 people watching right now from all over.
lit.
So
That's
tell
lit.
you what, we lit right now, folks. Go ahead, share it, let your friends see it, all that good stuff. Oh, we lost Tiffany, but she will be back, I presume. Sometimes that's what we do, folks. We just jump in and out. Well, let's go ahead and get in. Let's jump in on the timeline review. Now, did we agree on the timeline review? We didn't, did we?
No, we didn't. I mean, but,
okay, it's all good. That's how we do. We all good. So we'll go ahead. We're gonna do timeline review, folks.
We freeballing.
This is where we go and we grab our timeline and we go ahead and showcase our timeline and different posts that we think are fun, funny, or engaging. So let's check it out and see what we got going on. Let's see here. Let's see. Now this is interesting. If a guy introduces you to his family, he won't cheat. Hey, but you know what? Here's a good question to that. Does that work with females too? I think so.
No,
What?
I don't think that shit works at all. Because you know what, a guy introduce you to his family, and he will cheat. And not only will he cheat, he'll bring the other woman around the family, and they won't check him on it.
Okay, well, hold on. Now, first off,
that's been my experience.
Okay, first off, you got to look at the type of family, because in a lot of cases, what you're talking about is some disparaged family type of stuff. You got
some ratchetness.
Yeah, a whole ratchet, disparaged family. Like that's a problem in and of itself. But let's look at this. I think that if a guy introduces you to his family, he's less likely to cheat. I think that I absolutely do, because I mean, I do. I mean, because I can speak to myself. Like I want my family to know this person. I want all my family. Like there's no secret family stuff that I'm going to that my lady's not invited to. There's no, because I don't have the type of family that's going to be sitting there letting me bring multiple women around. You know what I mean?
I guess maybe I done dealt with some ratchets, because I have been the woman that came around the family when the man was married. And then also I have been the woman that has been cheated on in the family, like played in my face and laughed at me. So, you know, it goes both ways. Remember, I told the story a few weeks ago on the show. Yeah, I was dating the guy and I hung out with the mama, and she was my homegirl. And he was married the whole time. And not only that, like the mama, it was so crazy. Like they were separated, but they was married, and she used to be like, I can't stand his wife. I hate that bitch. Blah, 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 blah. And then the minute that she came back around, all that vitriol, it was turned towards me, like she's being disrespectful to the wife by coming around. Nigga.
Well, I mean, again, I think that, you know, when it comes to that, then again, you definitely have to look at the individual situations. Of course, there's going to be some one-offs, but if a guy or a woman introduces you to all of their family, like, and you see that their family's not ratchet, you see that they have a wholesome quality family, well, they're less likely to cheat. I'm gonna say that they're absolutely less likely.
But listen, like I was in a serious situation and knew the whole family, like the whole extended family. That man still cheated, and not only did he cheat, like when they found out about it, they just was like, well, I mean, they basically came to me like, shit happens.
The key word is less likely. And if you have a family that you've been kicking it with all this time with the dude, and he cheats, and they say less likely, again, you're going back to talking about the type of family. You got a ratchet ass family that you was dealing with.
Ratchet.
So that's the one off. You know, I mean, as a whole, if a guy introduces you to his family, if a woman introduces you to her family, if a person is focused on inclusivity, meaning They want you to be around. You know, if they go and kick it with their family one night, and you out working, and then when you get off work, you know what that person gonna say? If they really inclusive, they want to say, "Hey, baby, come kick it over here. I'm over here at the fam's house. Some people over here I want you to meet." That's what's gonna happen. But when you got people on some ratchet shit, when you got people on some bullshit, you got people on some dumb shit, some childish shit, they're not going to do that. Why? Because they want to keep their little separation of bullshit over here. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what they're trying to do. So that's what this post, I think, is more about. They're less likely, all right? We're going to change that to less likely to cheat when he or she introduces you to their family. What you say, Swift Tip?
I say false. I'm still gonna say false. That is so false. That means
so you don't think that less likely if we substitute this, not want, because want is definite and definitive. So let's say less likely. Right. Do you think that they're less likely to cheat?
Yeah, I say less likely.
Okay. So all right. So I'm in agreement. I think that a person, man or woman, is less likely to cheat when they introduce again, because the one-offs, if they got a ratchet ass family, then yeah, you know, that family don't.
The family really got to be ratchet?
No, I'm saying if they got a ratchet family, then guess what? They ain't gonna care whether or not you bring 2, 3, 4 women around or 2, 3, 4 dudes around when you got a main one. Like they not gonna care about that because they're a ratchet ass family and they do bullshit like that.
Like I'm like, I see you, nephew. I see you, nephew.
Exactly. That shit right there. That's it. And you did the correct symbolism. That's Louisville shit right there. I'm gonna say that right now. That is so Louisville.
I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah. I have been the girl that walked to the barbecue with the guy, and the uncle goes, "I see you, nephew." I have been that girl.
Exactly.
And I've been reevaluating some things like, yeah, I'm gonna see myself on out. Yeah.
You have to,
right?
Yeah,
you know. Yeah, so I'm with it. All right, so let's check another post. Let's see something else. But that was a good one. I like that. I like that conversation right there because definitely I see that. So let's see here.
Where you going? What's going on? Huh?
Sorry, I forgot to tell you that my friend invited me out.
You forgot to tell me, huh? And I'm asleep. How do you forget to tell me, huh?
Because you were sleeping. I didn't want to wake you up.
You didn't want to wake me up, huh? But I flew you out with me. Why didn't you tell me this earlier?
Don't feel like that. I was just gonna go see my friend.
That don't make no sense. It's 12:30 in the middle of the night.
Girl I haven't seen in like years.
But why didn't you tell me this earlier while we were out eating at a 5-star restaurant?
She just came up with it. Like she didn't know if she was available.
So when I go to sleep, you get up and you get dolled up. You weren't even looking like this earlier today, and now you ready to go and kick it with your friends. That don't make no sense to me. And I flew you out here.
Ooh! Why do you keep saying that? Just because you flew me out here?
I'm saying that because I feel some type of way. Look at how good you're looking. You're looking fabulous.
Because like you were sleeping and we came out of town to have fun. Why?
Okay, let me see the phone then.
Why do you want to see my phone?
Because
you're not even my man to want to see my phone.
But I flew you out here.
You're not
to kick it with me. I didn't fly you out here to go and kick it with your girls.
Now you want to see my phone?
Is there a problem with that?
You're not my man.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you fly out with me then? If I'm not saying I'm your man. I understand that, but I'm just saying it. Do I really gotta explain myself?
I'm just gonna.
Okay, so let's stop it right there because right then and there, I mean, okay, I don't agree with wanting to see her phone. That's bull. That ain't your girl.
That's invasive. That's very invasive.
Yeah, that was out of order, actually.
But there's a big old butt, and it's probably a BBL. There's a butt right here. Right?
Not the BBL.
Yeah, it's a BBL. It's a butt right here. I mean, somebody out there got to feel me. There's a problem right here. Okay,
There's a big problem right there.
Oh, I see the problem. It's easily identified. You know.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us what you think.
Well, first of all, she'd have been flown out somewhere,
Mhm.
And he took her to a 5-star restaurant, and obviously she didn't even get herself dolled up for the restaurant. But while he's sleeping, while he's sleeping, she gets dolled up to go out with a girlfriend.
Yes,
we know better than that. We already know what's up.
She's dialed up to see who she really came to see.
Who she really got flown out there to see.
Who she met on whatever, like the same way she met him is the same way she met whoever it is she's going out to see right now. Yeah.
But you know
that
what?
she really wants to see.
She's just trying to double up her money. That's all.
No. This is my problem with this. So she met this simp that flew her out because she was like, okay, he's an easy mark. He got a little bit of money, and she had no intentions of, say hook it up with him. But she could go see who she really wanted to see. The man who you really wanted to see could not afford to fly you out. You shouldn't be giving him no booty.
But see, I don't think it's the man who she really wanted to see. I think that she was working on. She knew when she got the invite and the plane ticket. She knew where she was going a week, 2 weeks, a month in advance, right?
Right.
She was working the phones before then. She was working the phones,
still meeting people in the meantime.
It's a job. It's a straight up job. She was working the phones, and she decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna double up my money, double up the fun, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and I done met this other dude. I'm gonna check him. He got some money for me. So while this dude's sleeping, she saw her opportunity because she's an opportunist, and she decided, I'm going to go ahead and dip out real quick. And I would feel I'm in agreement. I would feel some type of way if you looking better on your creep, on your sneaky than you was with me when I was simping, spending money to take you out. Like I would feel
at a 5-star restaurant at that. At a 5-star restaurant.
She could have got cute. She could have got cute for that.
Yeah,
that is subjective, right? Because she could have been cute as well, and if we saw her earlier outfit, we might be like, oh no, she was real cute. But nonetheless, he's feeling some type of way, so he's like, hey, she, you weren't even looking this good. So somebody got more money. Somebody decided to put up more money or speak on more money, and that's why she's simping. I mean, that's why she's sneaky leaking out. What y'all think?
Yeah. Or either somebody that she find more attractive, or she rather be great to get have some more fun with.
Or maybe she's like, you know what? I know he gonna want some ass. So let me go ahead and dip out and go jump to this other joint so I can go and, get some money and free whatever with him. So I can avoid the ass with this dude. That way
what about when she come back?
Huh?
But what about when she come back? It ain't no closing time for that.
Is she gonna come back because she got a plane ticket? So all she gotta do is go to the airport and give her name and get.
She didn't seem like she was ready to pull a double duty. Y'all know what a double duty is, right?
Yeah. So
it don't seem like she's gonna pull.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So she's leaving, and so she just decided that the other dude got some money for her, whereas this dude just had some time and some good times for her so far. And
then I would have made the dude with the money fly me out.
Well, but remember, the other dude came after the fact. Yeah, I remember. She got on the call. She did. And once she found out she was coming out here, she got on the phone and she started making calls. She started doing that call center workout.
She's a call girl.
Yeah, that's why she picked up the phone to make them calls. All right, let's finish.
Come on, girl.
Let's see about what this is about that deal. What's up, Ethan Shakur? Shout out to you, sis.
No. Can I do one thing? Just let me see your phone then. Let me see. So which friend is it? Why didn't you tell me about this over dinner?
It's my homegirl.
So let me see your phone.
I told you I have friends here, right?
Let me see your phone.
I'm not gonna let you see my phone. That's not.
Oh, you ain't gonna let me see your phone, huh?
No.
Well, why not?
Because that's my privacy.
If it's just your friend, let me see your phone. I just want to see. So is she picking you up?
Am I asking you to use your phone?
Is she picking you up?
Yes.
So let me see your phone. I just want to see confirmation.
No.
I just want to see confirmation.
She's gonna drop me off. I'm gonna take an Uber there.
Wow. You think I'm boo-boo the fool, don't you?
I'm not saying that. Like, just because you're thinking, just because you brought me here, you want me to just stick with you?
No, you've been here less than 24 hours.
That's what I was waiting for right there.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm be honest. I was waiting for it to turn around because I just wanted to see if those assets were greater than the lack of assets that I see right now. Looking at her.
Oh my God! You know what?
And I'm not even talking about in the face. I'm not even talking about physically. I'm talking about mentally. Obviously, those assets are subpar. I was hoping that when she turned around, that there was some greater assets that would make this make some type of sense. But unfortunately, we were wrong. But curves and roundness.
If y'all playing our drinking game, take a drink. Playing our drinking game.
What do you mean we just ate a 5-star dinner?
It's a nice night outside. It's good to have.
Why didn't you say let's do something earlier then? You just said we were going to. You told me before I went to sleep, let's just go to sleep. You were convincing me let's go to sleep. That's why you kept feeding me the shots that we got. Ooh. You know what? What's going on? I see what's going on. You know what? You can just get your stuff. Go kick it with your friend and don't come back.
Hey, but T,
that was a setup.
But hey, T, hold up. Does he not sound like a friend of ours? Like, stop playing. Stop playing. Voice, vocal tone. He sounds like, you know what I mean? And I don't see the face either way.
Yeah, pack your stuff.
You want me to get my stuff?
Yeah, get out of here. You think I'm Boo Boo the Fool? Yep, gone. Yeah, beat it.
I see the type of person you are now.
Oh wow, I've been seeing what type of person you are. You think I'm Boo Boo the Fool? You trying to do that goofy stuff? Yeah.
Her bed was already about to do it. Yeah, she was great to be up out of bed.
She was not coming back. That's the thing.
No, she was up out of her.
She didn't feed him enough shots. He needed 2 more shots.
He might have needed more than that because he didn't even seem like.
Wait a minute. She's stupid. Wipe that on your high heels while you trying to creep on out. You know what I'm saying? The high heels click, click, clacking. You got to do it barefoot. Put the shoes on when you get outside the door. I'm telling them my business.
See, that's what I'm saying. The assets here were subpar, and so the assets, the other assets. Look, here's the scale. Her physical assets greater than her mental assets. Now, guess what? All that is a play toy. That's just some fun fuck shit. That's it. All right. Ain't no relationship there. Ain't no longevity there. You know what I mean? Not at all. Because the physical assets are greater than the mental assets. So guess what? Fly, birdie, fly. Gone. Hey, but look.
She's a whole bird for real.
You could have stopped at the word hoe. She's a hoe. Yeah. Look, let's check this out real quick. Do you notice a difference in dating people who come from a 2-parent household versus people who don't? Absolutely.
Right.
Not trying to shake the table, just working on a little project. Where can I sign up for this project so I can fucking speak my piece? I definitely want to sign up to that shit. To build off of that, do you think the difference in upbringings has an impact on the person's ideals surrounding marriage and long-term commitment?
Absolutely.
Without any type of doubt.
If you ain't seen it, how the fuck you know about it?
Right. How do you know what it is, what it looks like? You
don't
even know that you want it because you don't even know it exists for real.
Yeah. If you ain't seen longevity, if you ain't seen marriage, if you ain't seen one person, if you ain't seen that shit, if you ain't seen wholesomeness, how the fuck you know anything about it? I mean, look, we emulate things that we see.
Thank you. Raised on survival versus raised on love.
I mean, I learned how to have sex from Cinemax. Okay, as a kid. Watching Cinemax, that's how I learned what to do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, you want to go up against the wall, whatever, blase, blah, boom. I learned that from Cinemax. It was soft porn. Now it's just regular fucking. Yeah. Now it's just, exactly. There you go, Gregory. There you go, Greg.
Skinamax. That's what it was called. Skinamax.
Yep. Late night. Yep. That's what I learned. So again, we emulate the things that we see, the things that you know. Again, that's why I say every day. I said it the other day. I posted. You got to protect your eyes. You got to protect your ears. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You got to protect
Right,
your,
right.
your nose, because if you live in an area where it smells like shit all the time, then you probably gonna be used to shit. You know, I'm just saying. You know. But you have to protect your eyes. You have to protect your ears. People do not fucking realize that the things that they see, or guess what, the things that they don't see. Let's talk about this post right here.
Right.
The things that they hear, or guess what, the things that they don't hear affect them.
They do. You know what? Case in point, everything that you feed that shit to your brain. You know what? Every night when I go to sleep, I listen to positive affirmations in my sleep, so that way I can feed positivity to myself. What do you take in, whether you know it or not? Like, you're feeding that shit to yourself. You're feeding. If you take in a bunch of negativity, a bunch of ratchetness, you're going to become that.
Yeah. And unless you're a person that understands or has the ability to put entertainment in its place.
Exactly.
Some people think they have that ability, but they really don't.
They really don't. You're right. They really don't.
Because they're the ones that will yell and scream, I'm always gonna be like this. Guess what? If you say it, that's what the fuck you gonna be. When you get mad and you want to yell and scream about how you always gonna be this way, this, that, and the other, you gonna fucking be that way, because you've been saying it. You keep yelling it. You keep screaming it. Let me tell you how this shit works, y'all. All right. So speaking and thinking things into existence, you know, and I shout out to Brother John Yah, you know what I mean? But speaking and thinking things into existence, our subconscious, right? That's what takes it all in, right? So even if you drive down the highway, if somebody was to hypnotize you, guess what? They would have the ability to have you regurgitate every sign and everything that you've seen down the road, right?
Right.
Because
Big
your
facts.
subconscious takes it in. Your conscious may not fully take it in, so you can't just regurgitate what you saw in on the conscious mind, your brain, right? But your subconscious takes it all in. So all your brain does, all right, because you got two minds, your brain and your subconscious. Your brain regurgitates or acts out what it sees on the window or the movie screen of the subconscious mind. So if you take in bullshit every day, if you take in ratchetness, if you listen to people without wholesome relationships, if you listening to people who ain't been married, who got, you know, and again, I'm not saying people with a bunch of baby daddies is the problem. It's not the case, but it is indicative.
It does contribute.
It is indicative of some bad mistakes, some poor decisions, right? That's the truth. We can all agree on that. But the reality is that if you listening to all this bullshit, that's getting fed into your subconscious mind. Your brain just sits there and acts out what it sees on the subconscious mind. Hey, let's talk neuroscience. Don't fuck with me on that. I'm telling you, you gotta go research yourself. You ain't got to listen to me.
Come on, you preaching now, Joe.
Hey, you know what? Let me get off my pulpit right now.
I love it when you get fired up.
Tipsy and preaching. Now, I don't know about the combination. But look, I tell you what, I think it is time. Because I definitely, would y'all agree there's a difference?
There's definitely a difference. Definitely
a
difference.
Yes, before we jump off this and go to celebrity news, Swift Tip, tell me, what's the difference? What do you see?
Well, I come from a two-parent home, so and my children's fathers, one of them does and one of them does not. There's a big difference, and you see the difference, and it's like the importance of being a two-parent home is not quite the same. As with my child's father that did come from a two-parent home. There's a big difference there. You know, like my ex, he's married now, basically. You get what I'm saying? So that shows a lot of the difference. We didn't make it, but at the end of the day, he still moved on and got married because that's what he saw. I want to get married too. I ain't married yet, but that's all I've ever seen. My mother and my father was married for 23 years. And my mother's been married to my stepfather for like 37. or 34 or 35, something like that. So that's all I've ever saw was a marriage.
It's a big
It is a
difference
big
when that's
difference.
Give me something.
Right. I feel like it's the difference between being raised on love versus being raised on survival. And people who are raised, I just don't feel like the two can commingle. They just can't go the distance. You know,
They don't go together. They're not.
They don't go
girlfriend.
Together. They're not. You know, and it's a difference. I can't really put my finger on it and break it down and explain it, but it's definitely a difference between somebody raised on love versus somebody raised on survival. Have you ever tried to love somebody that was raised on survival? They don't know how to receive that love. Not only do they not know how to receive that love, they can't give that love because they don't know what that love is.
Not until they have either had some type of therapy or either something new has come into their life where they're ready to receive it. Because again, back to what I was saying earlier, even in mine, it makes a difference. Once I had my children with the one who was not raised in a 2-parent home, it did make a difference once the children was there. Because now he loves something he ain't ever loved as much. You know what I'm saying? Again, with him having the lifestyle that he had growing up, and him wanting it to be different for his children, his mindset is starting to change. And mindset, like I always say, mindset comes first.
Man,
it's like I was saying
why
earlier,
you got to be very intentional when you're dating. You got to be very intentional. You got to start asking those questions, the hard questions.
Yep.
How were you raised? Who raised you? Who was in the home when you were being raised? What values did they install in you? And those are the hard questions that we don't ask.
Because being young, you don't. I think with me, as when I was younger, it wasn't even nothing. It wasn't nothing I thought about. Yeah, even though I came from a 2-parent home, I wasn't thinking, well, let me ask my boyfriend if his mom and daddy was married. You know, because it's gonna make a difference. You don't know it until you know it. You know.
Exactly. So Gregory Barnett, which shout out to Greg, man. Let me let y'all know something. He is a member of the No Panties After Dark crew. He helps us on the back end. He'll help us on the front end. Sometimes you'll see him as a host. So shout out to Greg B. You know, y'all gonna know him as what is he?
Our program manager.
No, I'm talking about his name. His name is Big Daddy G. Big
That's Barry. He's Barry White with it though.
Exactly. He's Barry Black. You know, Barry
light skin.
Barry yellow.
Mr.
Late Night G. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Come on now.
But like he said, survivalists don't know how to let compassion come into decision making. Oh, whoa!
But wait a minute. Let's peel back another layer. Have you ever encountered a person that was raised in a 2-parent household, but they were still raised on survival? You ever encounter that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I really feel like that was my ex-husband. That's why we didn't make it. He came from a 2-parent home, and like from the outside looking in, it was a very wholesome upbringing. And his parents, to this day, I love his parents, even though things didn't work out between he and I. But he was raised on survival, and that's why the shit just went left so fast. It crashed and burned. Because I was raised on love, he's raised on survival, and those two things just cannot commingle.
Absolutely. And so, you know, it's just one of those things, folks, where you really have to start learning to be more intentional when it comes to relationships. And that's the problem with all of us. We're not as intentional as we should be with relationships, because our whole society has just gotten lazy as fuck. People don't give 2 shits, let alone a shit. And it's just a situation where if you're not gonna put forth the effort to really, if you're not gonna acknowledge your bullshit, well, that's a problem in and of itself anyway. You know, you got to acknowledge that bullshit. You know what I mean? So if you're not gonna acknowledge the bullshit, then we can't even move. If you're not gonna acknowledge one simple thing, hey, I come from trauma. I come from brokenness. and I've got to get that shit fixed. Don't try to sit there and protect that shit. There's nothing to protect. It's not good. It's
but sitting in
it's
the
a
brokenness
disservice
feels
to you.
good. But not when sitting in the brokenness feels good for you, because you doing the work is hard. Nobody wants to do the work.
Exactly.
Sitting in the brokenness is easy. You sit in the brokenness, and you know what? And then you blame everything that happens to you on the brokenness. Now you got an excuse. You use the brokenness as a crutch. I was with someone. I'm like, hey, maybe we should look into some therapy. T, what I need to go to therapy for? I already know I'm fucked up. So you're using the brokenness as a crutch. That don't work.
What happened to healing? What happened to healing?
What happened to healing? What happened to doing the work? What happened to shadow work? Looking deep within oneself and figuring out what the fuck is wrong with you so you can fix it. People don't want to do that. That's too difficult.
Shadow work right here. My man Greg B, he says self-reflection and self-healing is the key. All right, good stuff there. Rosetta Lamont Bland, she says, exactly. Folks just throwing down with anyone, not knowing their real deal history. And then when the babies come, that's when the real deal bullshit come out. Then they out both of them and repeating the cycle. Yeah, because you was dating an avatar. And then and see, here's the thing. You ever want to figure out a person, what they really made of? Give them some challenges. See, challenges build character. And in the midst of challenges, that's when you really gonna see what a motherfucker's really made of. Absolutely. You're gonna see what they really made of when challenges come apart. Ariva Parks, I'm hoping I'm saying that. Arivia. I don't know. It's a beautiful name, whatever it is. I think the home has nothing to do with it. Okay. It's the individual. Once you come of age, okay. Yes. Once you come of age, I agree. It's the biggest things we take in along our journey. Look at Big Meech. God-fearing mom and dad. Is she talking about Big Meech here in Louisville or
no? BMF on Star.
BMF.
Oh, okay. Because I know Big Meech in Louisville, but that's a movie. Either way, I mean that's a show. God-fearing mom and dad, biggest modern day drug dealer, but good father when he was out. So what I will say about that analogy, I understand having good God-fearing parents. Mm-hmm. And going out and becoming a drug dealer. I wholeheartedly know all about that. But the beautiful thing about that is what was instilled inside the person early on, which is what they lean on, what they fall back on, what they lean towards in the midst of trouble, which will be the very thing that will bring them out of that trouble is that upbringing. See, yes, I agree. It's the individual once they come of age, but what got that individual to the bullshit initially is definitely what their upbringing looked like.
Exactly. Because once you come of age, you gotta take responsibility.
You can always add something, sis.
Well, I haven't seen BMF, but let me ask, was he married? Did he have a woman?
Big Meech?
He had a baby mama.
He had a baby mama.
I was just wondering.
The sad part is that his parents allowed the whole baby mama thing, living together thing, which was kind of interesting because they were supposed to be, some God-fearing. I know I've been in situations where I could not do the baby mama thing around my parents. They was like, hey, look, y'all gonna stay here even in visiting. You got to stay over here and you got to stay in that room over there. Absolutely couldn't do that.
See, my mama don't even let my siblings' husbands come. If they come in town, they can't stay at the house with their husband. So it just depends on different strokes.
Yeah, different strokes for different folks. You're right. But see, I'm gonna be honest with you. The same way that we know right from wrong, to me, is the same way that we understand what normal wholesomeness. There's certain things that just make sense, common sense, right? So there's certain things that are revolve around wholesomeness, normalcy, right and wrong, that you don't need a damn, you don't need a book for. You don't need a description for that. You don't need nobody to hold your hand to figure that out. But Ariva says women aren't valued the same in our music and culture. Men don't want to lead and are willing to let the women. Hey, I'm with her. The music, the way the music goes these days, that's what they're preaching.
And the reason why they're
Absolutely.
willing to let the reason why they're willing to let the women lead is because there's no father in the household to show you how to lead.
Yeah.
You've seen your mama be a strong woman and take care of the whole family, work 2, 3, 4 jobs that she had to make sure there was food on the table, clothes on your back. So you know that, you know, all you know is woman in leadership. You don't know how to properly lead. You don't know how to be a man. That's what you grew up seeing. We are our environment.
Exactly. And then at the same time, the other side of that is the women that don't know how to follow a good man. They don't know how to pick out a good man.
Because we saw our mama do that. I'm not me. I didn't see that, but I'm saying
Me
that was a
neither.
lot of people's reality. Like you saw your mama, she had to be a strong woman. She had to work 2, 3, 4 jobs. You saw a boyfriend after boyfriend. You had 5 uncles by the time you was 10. And I don't know about y'all. That's something I'm very intentional about, you know, as a single woman navigating the dating world.
Hold on. We're not gonna glaze past that because you notice that some hood motherfuckers always got like 18 cousins and shit. They make everybody their cousin, their uncle, and shit like that. We do that shit in that when we in that bullshit mentality. This is my cousin. You know, good well ain't no blood spared at all.
Well, now I'm talking about when Mr. Bill. I'm talking about when Mr. Bill come out with a hand mama some Bill money, and now that's your Uncle Bill.
That's
Uncle Bill go to back with mama.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about cousins from down the street. We always gonna have
talking
cousins
about
from
the
down the
uncles.
street. They count. Cousins from down the street count.
I'm talking about Uncle Bill. He come through and go in the back room with mama, and when
I
he come
agree,
back, she
Rosette.
got a couple of dollars in her hand. That's what I'm talking about. Those kind of uncles.
Yeah. And so this is true. Rosette Lamont Bland, she says the black family structure has been broken since the 70s for reals. And let me tell you something.
Facts.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something. You know, what gets perpetuated in the media, in music, and everything. Because again, we're the only culture of people that like to take all our bullshit and showcase it to the public. So we take all our bullshit, put it in music and everything, and we showcase it to the public. And now the public sitting around, you know, wanting to be us and shit like that. Like, nigga, we trying to run from that shit. We are trying to get the fuck out the hood and get out of redlining and all of that shit. We trying to go buy properties and this, that, and that. We ain't trying to go and still be in the hood forever. But the society is trying to go that direction. But it's funny, because the black family structure has been broken since the 70s for real. That is true, but it ain't just us. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm in the business that I work in, from life insurance to I work for a large telecommunications company in that place that I go every day as well. As being a licensed life insurance in like 25 different states. I get on the phone with people from life insurance to working in that big telecommunications company that I go to every day. And I'm going to tell you something. It is not just us. As a matter of fact, it's more of them. The difference is that we're the ones who highlight our bullshit. They don't. They sweep it on the rug and keep it to where people can't see it.
They got sense.
Well, I don't want to even really say that though, y'all, because they came out with all that reality stuff first, and they was doing the ratchet stuff first. We followed. We don't want to really just say that it was us and we the only ones to do that, because it's not true.
That's what I'm saying. We're not. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying, because the reality, it's just the way the media perpetuates it. It makes it seem
I can
like
definitely agree with
us. It makes it seem like it's just us, but it's not. It's actually in a majority. I mean, we're 14%, and you know, when it comes to having babies out of wedlock, we are 70 percentile. When it comes to that, so we do beat some numbers even at the small 14 percentile that we represent in this country. But when it comes to culture and shit like that, let's say there's a lot of shit that they sweep under the rug that they do not let people see, whereas we take our bullshit and put it out to the public, you know, and we're prideful of being the worst of the worst. We're prideful of that. We put it in our music, we put it in our movies, and we're prideful of being the worst of the worst. And that's the bullshit that we as a people got to turn around before we start pointing the finger elsewhere and say it's because of them as to why we XYZ. Nah, let's clean our shit up first. You know what I mean? Let's do that first, and then we can talk about all of that. So, again, 100, appreciate you, sis. Greg B says we highlighted, but they highlighted to the extreme. There are more YP on welfare than any other race, but we are the ones shown on the front line. Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. We the media perpetuates it and makes it seem like it's just us that's doing this, that, and the other, but that's actually not the case. And see, look, y'all don't want to hear this. But it works in so many things, and we're going to get off this pedestal real quick so we can get into some celebrity news. But it works in so many things, even when it comes to police killings. Ooh. Go look it up. Ooh. Go look the numbers up. Ooh. Go look the numbers up because it's actually...
You really going to go there? You going to go there?
I'm going to go there. We, as a people, go look the fucking numbers up. Now, I know we represent 14%, so technically more percentage of us... Yes, I get it. But as far as the total numbers in America, you're talking about somewhere around 400 something people of white people are killed by police versus 200 something black people. So,
but doesn't that still come back to the percentile though?
It does, but it also comes back to the fact that the media continually perpetuates us. Oh, yeah. They continually show us. Why? Can y'all guess why they do that? Y'all want to know? I'll give you the answer.
Come tell us. Give us the answer, Joe.
Because we're so fucking emotional. We give too much of a fuck sometimes. Therefore, they show it to us because we're going to jump out there and protest. We're going to yell. We're going to scream. We're going to get mad. And there's a whole total fucking agenda up there that is trying to get us out there on that bullshit. But we're going to go ahead and jump into some celebrity
Let me pass
news.
the collection plate real fast.
We're going to jump on some celebrity news, bro.
I know, right?
Yeah. Let's jump on celebrity news. But first, before we do that, can we please go ahead and pay some bills real quick? Do y'all mind if I pay a couple bills? Listen, I want y'all to listen up to these awesome supporters of ours out there. We want you to go to their websites. We want you to check them out. We're going to pay some bills real quick, and we'll be right back. Folks, it's No Panties After Dark.
Hey folks, check out healthdaddywoww.net. 100% plant-based herbs and supplements. Whether you're in person or online, use the word tipping for 10% off. Remember, feel better, look great, healthdaddywoww.net. Remember, healthdaddywoww.net.
Habibi Trading Company, home of soap, sticks, and Saya Baba products. Over 400 locations at a store near you. Cincinnati, Ohio, Louisville and Lexington, Kentucky, Southern Indiana, or find yours online at sayababa.com. Again, that's sayababa.com. Habibi Trading Company, where you can find fragrances to incite your senses.
I don't need to sit at your table. We building one. We in the process of building a table. We building a table. I don't gotta sit at your table. I'm building my own table, and I will build you a table in the presence of your enemies.
No panties after dark. Your adult relationship conversation congregation. Going where most ones. Speaking on things most don't. It's no panties after dark. We put the relations back into relationships.
I was like, where is
Oh shit, I'm laughing at myself.
If y'all were new to us, we play a drinking game. Every time Joe makes me do this or this, take a sip, you're gonna be drunk by the end of the night.
Yeah, see, I can't mess
He
with
ain't
you,
gotta
boo.
act right.
I can't mess with you, boo.
And let's let that be known. You know, one of the things that we do here, we throw our jammies on. You know what I mean? We get relaxed and we get us a nice little, you know, after work relaxation going on. You know, wine. You got lycopene. You got grapeseed extract. You know what I mean? We got some good shit. You can be healthy and drunk all at the same time. There's nothing wrong with that, folks.
I tend to stay away from the hard shit. I watched last week's show that we had to play the rerun while I was sick, and I was really, really drunk on that show. So I really tried to stay away from the hard liquor while we're doing this, because it went left.
I really messed up with this drink. I'm gonna be honest with you. Vermouth is something that is a mixer. To be honest, it's a type of wine that is used. It's like a crutch. It's used to mix and a go between, an in between. But I actually just like vermouth by itself. But then I put some ginger ale in here or something, and then I dropped some tequila in here or something. So
oh my goodness, that ain't. See, that ain't.
I don't know what the hell. I really think I should just throw a piece of t-shirt in here, a ripped t-shirt, light it, and then just throw this at somebody, because this is a Molotov cocktail. That's what I
Listen, you getting lit for real. But you know what? Tequila is a neutral. So you can drink tequila with everything. It's a neutral. It's a neutral.
I love tequila. That's my favorite. My favorite drink is Patron.
I had a wild Patron is trash. I had a really wild
night
a couple weeks ago, and one of my homies, every time he assembles the crew, it's always lit. This night was just extra lit. We went to Norway, where they got the private karaoke rooms, and I had 2 double shots of Woodford. And I don't make good decisions when I drink dark liquor, so I don't know why I did that. But then we went to Latin night over at the Hub, and I think I had maybe 10 shots of tequila. It was a wild night, let me tell you. I was looking for my. I was like, I was looking for my homie. I was like, where's Brandon? Look over, it's fools crowd surfing. Yes, 10 shots of tequila on top of 2 double shots of Woodford. Wild night, can't wait to do it again.
Oh man, wow. Oh, so just as an explanation to this. Yeah, I be grabbing them little facial stuffs, you know what I mean, and just throw it on my face, and whatnot. You know, y'all wouldn't believe it, but I'm literally like 79 years old.
I mean, you're glowing, extra glowing tonight. I was very extra. What your skin direction was.
I'm 79 years old, but you know, I do the facials and stuff, and I eat squash, the natural collagen. So, but don't worry, folks. We are going to get to celebrity news, and then after that, we're going to get into in a relationship is being a good person good enough. We are going to get to that here shortly, folks. But first,
let's do it.
We're going to do celebrity news that you can't use. So let me go ahead and get you something to rock with as you come on in. This again, folks, is celebrity news you can't use. Like, this is shit that you just, there's nothing to do with it, okay? But it's fun. So let's get it. Snow panties after dark. Celebrity news you can't use. What you got for us, sis?
All right. So did you guys get a chance to check out the movie on Netflix, You People, with Lauren London and Jonah Hill? What did you guys think about that?
I thought it was a cute movie for what it was.
What did you think, Joe? Did you check it out?
I actually did think it was cool. I like Jonah Hill. He's funny. Yeah. I like slapstick comedy too.
Me too.
Just a dude that I'm a positive dude that just really loves to just chill and laugh. Like, I don't give a fuck about white, black, yellow, blue, because our world consists of just everything, and it's dope. You know, racism doesn't even exist in my world. I don't experience it. I go through the same shit, getting stopped, this, that, and the other. I just don't experience it. So it didn't bother me, but it caught a lot of flack. Go ahead, tell us about it, sis.
All right, so a lot of people were complaining that there was just no chemistry, and that was what I thought too. Like, they looked like two really good friends, but they just were not believable as a couple. So come to find out that the kiss at the end of the movie, that was not a real kiss. That was CGI.
Damn. So they're doing CGI and kisses?
Yes. Now, some people try to say, though, maybe it was a COVID precaution. I don't think it was a COVID precaution. I think she just didn't want to kiss that man. But, as an actor, like, this is your job. You got to make it believable. You got to sell it. You got to kiss that man, sis.
Hey, let me tell you something. I had kiss. Look, Rush Trial Productions here in Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all, but he's out of Bates. Shout out to Rush Trial. But I was a lead actor in a production, a play production that he did, and I ain't gonna lie, I was not interested in the kiss that I had to do, because there was no BBLs, there was no nothing. It was not inviting at all.
You really want a BBL, don't you, Joe? You
right
want
there.
a BBL. You just want
I'm just being facetious. No, I really don't. It's actually disgusting. But with that in mind, I'm just saying, I had to do it, and it was difficult. And what's funny about it is that in when we were practicing it, I didn't do it every single time. I didn't do it. It was a hug, and when that embrace, that long embrace came, it was a hug and this, that, and the other. But the night of the show, I put my big boy britches on, and I did that shit. I jumped in there and we did that
tongue
shit.
and everything.
That shit was so believable. Everybody was like, "Whoa, what?" And so. I just knew I had to do it. So I'm just saying, when it comes to that, you're an actor. You got to do it. It's your job. You're getting paid for it. Exactly. I don't even think I got paid for that shit.
Ain't that the same thing that Janet and Tupac went through?
Did they? I thought they liked each other though.
Yeah, that's what
I don't know. They said that she
likes cute
age test and all that before she did the movie with Poetic Justice.
She did make him get an age test. It wasn't Tupac she liked. It was Q-Tip. Q-Tip was her boyfriend at the beginning of the movie.
Q-Tip.
That's right, because back then we believed that you could catch AIDS from just kissing somebody.
We was ignorant.
But why? Why though? Because even back then they said you couldn't. Unless it was a cut of your mouth and the odds of that.
But we didn't believe white people back then either. So,
Yeah.
Facts. True story. All right. So moving along. During this Black History Month, our good sis, Viola Davis, got her ego. If you don't know what that means, she got an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. I believe she is number 18 or number 19? It's very rare. It's one of those things that's very hard to get. Our good sis is very decorated. Congratulations to her.
What's up?
Also, Beyonce broke the record for the most Grammys. She's at 32 now. But they robbed her of Album of the Year Grammy, which she totally deserved. I mean, I wasn't feeling the album at first, but it grew on me. She totally deserved it. The whole album gets played every time you go out in the club. The whole album front to back gets played.
I'm just mad that Kanye didn't jump on stage for that. Like, I was waiting for that. That's the only reason why I watched.
No.
I just tuned in when I came. I had somebody that just was telling me when Beyonce was going to be on. I just tuned in on that part, and I was like, okay, I know Kanye's going to jump in, but then I was like,
Joe being toxic. Look at him being toxic over her. He want Joe.
Honorable mention. Did y'all see SZA when she presented an award? SZA, oh my God! I'm going to the gym when we get off here tonight. I'm going to the gym. I gotta look like SZA this summer. SZA,
I didn't even watch it. I didn't even see it at all.
Listen, SZA came out there. The body was bodying. I'm waiting on Fashion Nova to drop the replica of that dress because it was a Mugler dress. I can't afford Mugler, but I'm waiting on Fashion Nova to drop the replica so I can get it. SZA's body was bodying. I just got to throw it out there.
Well, she's always had a cute little body though, from what I remember.
I'm going to the gym. I'm getting it in so I can look like SZA.
I got me over here typing. I'm trying to see.
The body is body. Okay.
Oh.
You see it? You see it, Joe? You see it?
Let me make sure that we talking about the same thing. You know what I mean? I don't want to be, looking at the wrong thing or whatnot.
SZA, SZA, SZA.
Oh, you know what? I did not know that. I typed SIZ.
There you go. That's that dress. Oh, look at that.
Is that it? Okay.
Yes, that's it. The body is bodying. I'm going to the gym. When we get off here, I'm going to the gym.
I mean, Okay, go ahead, sis.
Okay, so you guys keep up with the NBA?
Yeah, the NBA, that the Muscular Dystrophy Association or something.
Lord Jesus, fix it.
The
NBA, National Basketball Association. So last night, I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. Last night, LeBron broke Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record last night. And I don't know, so you guys didn't watch it. It seemed to me like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So this record has been untouched in 38 years. It took 38 years for someone to come and break this record. And LeBron did it last night. And to me, it seemed like, Kareem was a little bit bitter last night. So anybody out there joining us, watch that, catch that? He was a little bit bitter. It seemed like he didn't think anybody was ever going to be able to touch that record. It's been untouched since 1984. So props to LeBron for breaking that record. In other celebrity news, Baby Blue from Pre Ricky scammed $24 million in the PPP scam, and he was sentenced to 24 months.
24 million?
24 million, Joe. He was sentenced to 24 months. He did 12 months of that, and he got out yesterday.
Who was it? Baby Blue? Who was it?
Baby Blue. He's changing his name to Big Money Blue.
That ain't Krishan's boyfriend?
No. He's changing his name to Big Money Blue now that he's released. So he got 24 months. He got out on good behavior, and he only got to pay back $1 million to the government. And I'm sitting here like, why the fuck did I get in on that shit?
Yeah, let me tell y'all something. Y'all need to stop playing. America is one of the greatest places to ever be. Let me tell you, scam. You make 24 million. You go to jail for 12 months and
12
get
months.
3 cots, 3 meals in a cot for 12 months.
Three hots in a cot.
and all you got to pay back is $1 million, but you scammed 24.
How did he do that? Did they confiscate? Did they confiscate anything from him?
No, they only gonna get $1 million. Joe, why we ain't getting on this shit while it was hot?
All I'm saying is that
why we ain't getting on it?
It's indicative of why this country is so great, because
it is.
When you the person that's getting scammed, it ain't great. When you are the person that's not doing the scamming and you impoverished, then it ain't great. But guess what? When you get your come up, it's great. When you didn't scam on your taxes and this, that, and the other, it's great. So all I'm gonna say is that this is a wonderful country, and 24 million, he got to pay back $1 million. That's 23 million that he done played with, did stuff with, and invested and created the rest of his legacy for the rest of his fucking life.
And now
Come on, stop.
He's Big Money Blue. He's Big Money Blue now. I love it. I love that. That's the win for us. Man. But why we ain't getting on that shit, Joe?
All I know is can listen. If there's any accountants out there, Impact was working in 2022. Okay, so I'm gonna need y'all to tighten that up. We need the ERC and everything.
Throw a cash app up real quick. But also, speaking of big money, big money, it's my last piece of celebrity news. So y'all know how Wendy Williams, I feel like our good sis Wendy, that's my idol, my role model. I feel like all of this shit was a scam that Wendy set up to come to Kevin with the bullshit. So, since she's quote unquote crazy and she got fired from her show and her podcast ain't up and running yet, she ain't got no money. And so since she ain't got no money, she don't got to pay Kevin no alimony. Kevin said him destitute. He said, I can't pay my neighborhood association fees. I can't pay my car insurance. We destitute. Kevin is over there a destitute prostitute. He went to court yesterday, and the judge said, "Well, get a job."
Damn.
Wendy don't got to pay him shit. So we've been waiting on this Wendy Williams podcast, and the podcast just never podcasted, and we've been waiting. I think this is what she was waiting on. So now she don't got to pay that man. Watch our good sis gonna come back. She gonna be super healthy now. I can't wait. I love it. I love it for Wendy.
Exactly. She is gonna be super healthy. But am I the only one that thinks like? Am I the only one that thinks that Wendy Williams was the original pronoun? Like, I feel like the original pronoun. I mean, am I the only one that thinks she looks like a man?
You're not gonna do auntie like this. Stop it. We're not gonna do auntie.
She looked like my auntie. She looked like
Wendy is my auntie in my head. You're not gonna do her like this.
She looked like God got confused for a second, and God was like, "Oh shit, I shouldn't have told that last one because I didn't know whether I was making a man or woman." I mean, I'm just saying, y'all don't think that? Nobody else thought that.
No. Wendy is my role model. Wendy is the reason why I do No Panties After Dark.
Thank you, Fanita. She had to ask when she first. I had to ask too. I didn't know.
Well, in Wendy's defense, in her defense, before she had anything done, she was very feminine looking. I don't know why.
Pretty.
Changed that. I don't know why she changed that about herself.
Every woman, even from Little Kim and others, because Little Kim looks like she looks like a lion from some type of Narnia collection movie, the Chronicles of Narnia. She looks like the lion from the Chronicles of Narnia. I swear, Little Kim looks like the lion from Chronicles.
Stop! She was. Why do you keep repeating that? She was so cute too. That's the crazy part about it.
Everybody was cute before they, but that's the thing. Everybody was cute before they got ugly. Babies are the only one to be ugly first. Babies are the only one to be ugly first, and then go to cute. Like, stop playing.
It's really sad when you think about it, though, for real, because people really just they come out and they get famous and stuff, and then the society tells them what they're supposed to look like. Then these people start saying something else. Then they got kids that don't even look like them. And it's like, Lord, the kid gonna be like, well, where did I get my nose from, mama? Mama got to tell you that she went and got hers done because she didn't even like her nose. But you got to live with it until you get old enough to get your nose changed.
Somebody said, God just be out there just making anybody.
You know what?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not.
What that means is that God smokes weed too. That's
they said that God has humor, is what they said. He's got humor too.
Oh, he does have humor because, like, I mean, just think about it. I mean, like, okay, every fine ass one, like Jay-Z cheats on Beyonce. Okay, so her breath probably smells really fucking bad.
The audacity. Look at Jay-Z and look at Beyonce. The audacity.
Yeah, but obviously she got bad breath. I'm just saying.
When she said, I want to thank my beautiful husband, and then the camera pans to him.
Stop being shallow. Don't do it. Y'all know it's more than looks.
It is more than looks. It's Benjamins and all type of shit. It's a whole lot of more than looks. You know what I mean? Billions make your ass look good.
But why did a friend of mine say that Viola Davis was ugly, and that's the reason why she gives good speeches? That shit took me the fuck out. I think Viola Davis is beautiful. He's like,
I don't think she is beautiful. I think
she's a beautiful sister.
I think she's beautiful. That's what I said. I think Viola is beautiful.
I do too.
Absolutely. I mean, I see what they're saying because they're trying to say that she ain't got shit else to have to concentrate on. But I mean, that's bullshit. She's beautiful. But yeah, see, Fanita says she had to add. And look, let me go back to this real quick. Rosetta Lamont Bland, she said that's the difference between white collar crime and polo shirt collar crime. Absolutely. See, that's the difference between that nigga that tried to hold up the Dollar Tree versus, some
24 million.
Because that's what I'm saying. If I'm about to go out on some bullshit, Nigga, it's not about to be no 5, 10, 20, 15 grand. No.
You
If
gotta
I'm
do
about
it
to do
big.
12, and look, you're gonna do more on the Family Dollar joint than you're gonna do on that white collar crime, as we can see, because that 24 million helps to pay a couple people
Hey,
off.
listen, we got to make it work.
That's
out.
crazy as
Make it
hell.
work your time.
Man, exactly. Like if I'm about to be in the news, it was like this nigga Joe tried to steal like $100 million.
Bro,
Right.
I'm gonna
Listeners,
throw a
like
hot
I
one.
said, you done
Stop
set all
playing.
of us up. We all set up. We got some money put to the side for when you come out. We set. And you only got to get back $1 million.
And he was
Shit.
only in there 12 months. That time went by so daggone fast.
I was like, he was only in there for 2 weeks.
And then 24 million, y'all know his commissary stated he was in there like he was at a hotel just chilling.
Man, this nigga
Right,
was
'cause
paying
he
guards
was at
off
Clark
and everything.
Fed. He was at Clark Fed. That's like camp. That's going to summer camp.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
TV,
see, he
everything.
wasn't even locked up for, like you said, white collar crime. White collar crime, you do get white collar prison.
But look, Vanita said the size of Wendy Williams' feet had me shook.
Vanita, see, Vanita ain't shit.
You ain't shit. You ain't
I'm
shit.
telling you, y'all need to stop
Y'all
playing
gonna
and
leave
stop
my auntie
acting like
alone.
Wendy Williams. Really, I mean, honestly, I question things. You know, I was like, is that Dennis Rodman or is that a woman? I don't know what's going on here when I saw Wendy Williams. I'm telling you, bro. Like,
oh, now?
her beautiful husband.
I think
took me
that
out.
once
Oh
she
my
gets
God.
healthy and she starts to get a little bit of her way back and it's, you know, her clavicle
Hey.
isn't showing anymore and everything,
Swift Tiff.
Wendy should be attractive.
Swift Tiff. We not talking about the unhealthy Wendy Williams. We talking about regular old Wendy Williams when she wasn't unhealthy. And let's just say this. She is literally healthy as hell. That whole unhealthy shit was just a
That was a scam.
A ploy, it was a ploy to get her
in
money.
order to move the crowd. You got to learn how to move the crowd. She's an MC.
Right.
She knows how to move
She
the crowd.
definitely knows how to do
She
that.
did all that shit so she ain't have to pay Kevin that money. Greggy, that was a fucking lie. Ain't enough billions in the world to make Jay-Z cute to me.
Stop playing. Stop
Can
playing.
you imagine?
I can't agree with you there,
I can't
sis. Not
imagine
at
trying
all.
to kiss that.
Jay-Z comes and hollers at you right now.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
Hey, listen.
Them billions look cute.
The billions is gonna look cute, but he ain't gonna be cute.
But guess what?
I've already told you I'm not
is-
above pimping myself. That I've already told you that.
for less than billions. Guess what? What
I've
happens
done
when the
worse for
billions
less.
come? When the
Listen, I've done worse for less. I've done worse for less. He still ain't gonna be cute, but I've done worse for less. That's all I'm gonna say.
But you know, once you fall in love with a person, they start to look good to you. So he probably really is beautiful to Beyonce. She probably looks at her husband and be like, he is fine as shit.
She already said it ain't. She said, "What did she say? It ain't your face." She said, "It's all about the cash. It ain't your face." What did she say?
It ain't
She
your-
said it in one of her. She said it in one of her lyrics. She
ain't
said
that.
it.
But you know what though? But here, that's the thing. It's his swagger. That's what it is. I'm gonna tell you that right off the bat. It's his swagger.
Yeah.
I
Because
ain't
I
feeling
know.
the this that he got going on when he was, you know, what I'm saying, rocking the suit and tie with the first season. I could dig it, but
Look,
I ain't with that.
Look, I'm 5'8.5". Okay,
Mhm.
but let me tell you something. My swagger is like 6'7". I ain't even gonna lie to you.
But wait a minute. This is what's so funny. Joe's 5'8.5". I'm shorter than February. We took a picture together. I got on 4-inch heels. Why is Joe towering over me? Because I am shorter than February.
What's your height?
I'm 5'3".
5'3". Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, she said it's okay.
My personality's tall though.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. My swag is like 6'7", bro. Like, don't even play. I mean,
See, that's all that matters. That's all that
I was
matters.
like, he's taller than towering up for me.
Yeah.
And I had on heels.
Yeah. So it's all
Okay,
good.
Greg. I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave it alone. Y'all all crowning me for it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, yo, he talk about Wendy Wood. That's what I'm saying. He do look. She do look like. I didn't even mean to do that.
See,
You look like.
Greg ain't right tonight, y'all. He's throwing hot ones.
Shit. Greg ain't
Nah.
shit.
Yeah, you said he's fine and shit. a man's swag can make him unattractive. Can make an unattractive man look handsome in his own way. And see, that's the thing. Everybody is attractive to different people in different
what
ways.
She
let's
said
just
was
be real.
that man got a face only a mother could love. That's what she said.
But
that ain't what
his
she
swag
said.
will carry him a long way. I
Mhm.
mean, listen, Joe, the camo from the cigarette, you know, and Jay-Z do look alike. I mean, it's quite cool that logo came from. I don't know which one came first, Jay-Z or the camo logo. I'm not sure. But either way, any more celebrity news we
was
can't
first.
use? Any
No,
more
that's all I
celebrity news
got.
out there?
That's all I got. I ain't got no more.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to go to commercial real quick. One more time, folks. And then we're going to jump into this topic real quick. And
get that
we
mucus
are going-
eliminator from Health Daddy Wow. Get the mucus eliminator. When I had COVID last week, that shit got me together. That mucus eliminator is bomb. I'm a living testimony.
You need to get that.
I'm going to take some when we get off the air.
And if y'all haven't figured out by now, then that is the primary thing when it comes to COVID. Is I'm gonna say this in Bill Cosby terms so y'all can understand.
God.
It's the fact that the mucus in your body, because you've been eating all of the Jello pudding, it just gets all up in your lungs and makes it all freeze and fucks up, and then you got to eat the mucus eliminator from the Health Daddy Wow. Okay, so no. Hey, folks, it's No Panties After Dark. We'll be right back again right after these messages.
BB Trading Company, home of Soap Sticks and Saya Baba products. Over 400 locations at a store near you. Cincinnati, Ohio, Louisville and Lexington, Kentucky, Southern Indiana, or find yours online at sayababa.com. Again, that's sayababa.com. A BB Trading Company, where you can find fragrances to incite your senses.
Hey folks, check out HealthDaddyWow.net. 100% plant-based herbs and supplements. Whether you're in person or online, use the word tipping for 10% off. Remember, feel better, look great, HealthDaddyWow.net. Remember, HealthDaddyWow.net.
I see you finally got the Instagram feed working. Check them on out. Come on now. Platform.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's honestly not a matter of it working. It's a matter of me remembering the show because
well, still platform.
So you got to remind me.
Platform.
You got to remind me each show.
I will. I got
like,
you. I didn't
hey,
know.
Make sure that you do the Instagram because there's an extra thing that I gotta do in order to make the Instagram feed work. It's really kind of fucked up. Got to sprinkle the little stuff in your drink with the Bill Cosby drink.
Oh man, y'all should have heard me trying to explain to another podcast that's getting up and running how to do the Instagram feed. That was the crazy shit. I was like, yeah, you got to get the yellow bird. He was like, the yellow bird? I'm like, yeah, you need the yellow bird. Came back,
It's like, Sesame Street.
Is it the yellow duck? I was like, yeah, that shit.
yeah. It's all Sesame Street. That's what. Got to get the yellow bird. But look, folks, right now it is all about right here. In a relationship, is being good enough? Okay, is being a good person good enough? That's the question that we're asking tonight. In a relationship, is being a good person good enough? So we're gonna talk about it, and as we talk about it, we're gonna preface it, and I'm gonna show y'all where we kind of got the thoughts, where the thoughts came from for this show. Okay, so it's not just is there more to it? Should that be enough? Just being a good person, or maybe it's good enough, but for someone else. You know what I mean?
You remember Waiting to Exhale when Savannah was dating whatever his name was, and the mama was like, "He's a good man, Savannah. He just got caught up in the situation. He's a good man, Savannah." Yeah.
Yeah. So again, that's the thing, is when it comes to being in a relationship, is being good person. So when we talk about good enough, Rosette makes a good point. She said, "What defines a good person?" Okay, let's just roll along the guise of I guess let's just all talk about common sense, right? So a person that isn't cheating, a person that isn't trying to control you, because here's the thing. When I think of relationships, here's what I think of. I think of two people coming together as one. So you start to share family, you start to share friends. There's no secrets. There's no you going and having drinks with family and friends and you not at least inviting your significant other. You can, hey baby, I'm going to hang out with the girls. Cool. I don't want to go and hang out with the girls, right? But hey baby, I'm going over here to hang out with the family. Oh, okay, so that's your family. We a family too, ain't we? So, how about when I get off work, I can come and hang out with you and the family too, right? Like, maybe that makes sense. So we're just talking about, when we talk about a good person, we just talking about, a person that ain't out on bullshit and people look and say, that's a good guy. That's a good girl. They
solid dude. Go to work every day.
Dude, solid woman. They doing their shit.
Out here running the street.
Exactly. Ain't out here running the street.
Got a degree.
Running the street.
Got degrees. Good job. Smell good. Look good.
Degrees.
Ain't got a whole bunch of baby mamas around.
Yeah. Okay. We'll take those as things. Okay.
Right.
Doesn't mean that's all of those things.
Just a little seasoning.
Yeah. Because degrees. College was never for me. But I'll bust
everybody.
Some numbers out there that make college students mad. So business ownership, that's what I'm about. Now, when we talk about that, then let's look at it, and so now we all in agreement that a good person is somebody that ain't out there running the streets on no BS. Okay, all right, cool.
Right.
And they, now to me, a good person too is indicative of they are supportive, they are nurturing, they want to put you up on a pedestal, they want to support you, they want to push you up and out. They want to include you in on the things that they're doing. They want to showcase you to their family. They want to include you. There's no secrets that, so all of this to me is indicative of a good person. So now with that in mind, all right, as we move on that, then is in a relationship, is being a good person good enough? Now I'm gonna play this video for y'all because this is kind of where the conversation came from. and we'll talk about it. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
We'll do that. We'll talk about it, and we'll see what y'all think about this conversation. All right. So let's put a pause on this. Let me get my messenger off because that is a fail right there.
You did that last time.
Share screen and then have my messenger all out there with conversation.
With your sneaky links.
Oh, I wish. I'm one of the good dudes. I don't ain't no sneaky links over here.
Everybody got a sneaky link.
Nah. Okay, so present, share screen. Let's go. All right, so let's take a look at this, folks. Let's listen up. And
sometimes a woman can talk her relationship. You can talk. We do that.
Yes,
we will talk.
I'm gonna say something, and this might ruffle little feathers. I don't think just being a good man is enough to stay in a relationship with them.
But when I say a good man, I mean like he's good. All that means.
Hey, but okay, hold up. So let's talk about this real quick. They showed Kevin Samuels. What was that about?
You know what?
Why? Tell us, T.
You know what?
Why did they show Kevin Samuels?
Nope. I'm not gonna touch this. You ain't gonna make me go to hell tonight.
Now with a 10-foot pole. Come on now. Why did they show Kevin Samuels?
You know what?
When she said that.
Let's do it. I got a thong soaking some gasoline. I can go to hell tonight. Let's show Kevin Samuels because Kevin Samuels. Are we really gonna do this tonight?
Because he always
gonna do this.
Is pushing because he would be the one to be like, hold up, what? The fuck you saying, sis?
According to Kevin Samuels, I'm a leftover woman. And that's why he went out clutching his heart underneath the prostitute. So yeah.
Hey, a prostitute is all about paying her to leave. So
right.
That's the thing.
Well, he paid her and then he left.
Well, I mean, sometimes the Lord works in weird ways, So.
At least it wasn't anal prolapse this time.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need Kevin. Find out Kevin was a pastor of a church and anal prolapse was the issue. So let's finish. Let's finish this. Not like Eddie Long. We ain't talking about that.
All around. That means himself, spiritually, mentally, physically.
That's great.
Healthily, like he's a good man.
Okay, spiritually. So we got some more definition here. Some definitive understanding. Spiritually, mentally, what else did she say?
Physically.
Physically. Okay, so he's trying to work on himself physically. All right. So he wakes up in the morning early, he wants to go work out or whatever. He's trying to get himself together, keep himself together, maintain. He's eating some things. Maybe he's introduced health and wellness into the relationship. And so he's indicative of that himself. So maybe he ain't, cock diesel dude, but maybe he's out there drinking he's not eating the Jello pudding, he's drinking a lot of the beet juice, So, that's what it is. So that's physical. Spiritually, he's saying, hey, baby, can we go to church? We should go to church. We should do more church. All right. So he's introducing that,
And she's an atheist.
Maybe she ain't an atheist, but maybe she likes to make excuses all the time because that's what broken people do is they continue to make excuses about this, that, and the other, right? Right. And again, I'm not saying this works on the other side too for women versus men, not just men versus women. Okay. So this works on the other side. Just being a good man, it could be just being a good woman. A man that says he doesn't believe that just being a good woman is enough to stay in a relationship with a man. That doesn't mean she's the woman for you. So again, it works both ways, folks, because y'all kill me all the time not being able to mentally associate that. You said you'd be like, oh, why you just talking about the women? Oh, why? Because that's the post. Okay, that's it. Ain't nobody trying to point you out and talk shit about you.
We're not chauvinist over here. We're not chauvinist. We're not sexist.
We are not.
We are all inclusive.
Sexist, nothing. We just like, chauffeurs and sex. That's it. That's all.
Jesus. What we gonna do with him?
he said, why is her forehead not that far back? That is true. She does look like Alien versus Predator in the forehead. I'm not gonna.
You're always going left field, boy.
But see, okay, so that right
Who's
there
playing our
is
drinking
indicative.
game that's a little bit tipsy right now?
Listen, that is indicative of something, and you need to pay attention to that. Men are what, ladies? Men
Visual.
are visual.
Visual.
Okay? Men are visual. So you can fuck up a lot of shit in a man's head when it comes to the sexiness of you if you are not understanding of the fact that men are visual. Greg, thank you for saying that because you pointed that out, and it is absolute truth. You may not like what he said, but guess what? Most men, when they see that, they look and they're like, damn, so she look like a robot of some sort, like with this forehead. Like, what is going on? Ooh.
It was the ponytail for me.
The ponytail, yeah, because the ponytail is just really just like it's just like hanging off the back of her head, like, you know, an ass.
Because it's like she got this much hair and then attached that ponytail to it. The ponytail.
You know what?
Yeah. It's true. I mean, we have to be true. We have to be truthful. That's what this show is about, being truthful. So let's go ahead and finish it off.
That doesn't mean that he's the man for you. And
Right.
maybe when you're going through these motions of getting to know him, you're realizing, okay, he's a great person, but honestly, I don't fuck with his humor. Like, he could be funny, but
And
he's
that's
not funny.
and that's why a lot of modern
Or-
women are getting 40 with 4 cats and no man, because
Maybe that's what
he's
they
a
like.
good man, but because he's not funny, you gotta throw that out.
Okay, so that is the conversation right there. Let's talk about that.
Okay, but you know what? To her credit, she said that's why women are 40 with 4 cats and no men. Wouldn't you rather be alone with 4 cats than be with the wrong man? I would.
You're right.
Well, I don't like
and
cats, but still, you know.
There's some truth to what she said, and the truth was that he may not be the right man for you. And so the reality is that instead of continually waking up every day and staring at the fucking elephant in the room, pay attention to the fucking elephant in the room and notice, you know what? The elephant in the room is that we both have different ideals about relationships.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, and then you think about it, like, if you gonna stay with somebody, how many times do we like, okay, this is a good person. It ain't gonna get no better than this. I'm gonna make this shit work. You're settling. You are settling. You are selling yourself short. You are selling that person short because, you know what I'm saying, while you're settling with them and they ain't really right for you, that could be outside looking for somebody that's a better fit. Just because you don't want to be alone with 4 cats.
True. You know, but maybe they're thinking that the 4 cats, you know, have tongues and lick too. So I don't know. I don't know. But I'm just saying, when it comes to that, then I think there is a reality that a lot of people need to face in relation, because you said something, T, you're absolutely right. Now, I don't think anybody sits back and says, okay, this is as good as it's going to get. But what we do is nobody wants to spend time and then have to keep spending that time. Like, so, you know, you try to make it work because you feel like
you don't want to start over with somebody new.
Because here's the thing. Remember, a lot of people tend to date avatars in the beginning. So you thinking that the person is this, but then when they mask and maneuver, you know what I mean? If they're a person that mask and maneuver, say, oh yeah, I'm good. I want to get in touch with my feminine side. Oh yeah, I'm good. I want to be inclusive and I want to love you. I want to make you happy. I want to do this, that, and the other. But then next thing you know, their actions speak louder than their words, and they showcase. Exactly, their actions don't line up, and they showcase that, you know, hey, I want to be individual. All right, I don't want to include you in on my family over here. I want to be individual. I don't want, you know what? I got these friends over here. We engaged. We about to get married, and then I'm gonna keep my friends over here. I don't want to introduce you to them, and I'm gonna keep them over here. I'm gonna keep my family over here that I done had before you. You know, I want that separation. I'm not trying to come together as one. Guess what? That's the elephant in the room. You need to stop fucking staring the elephant in the room and acting like it don't exist. That motherfucker's sitting right there, and that motherfucking
and it's
elephant
pink with polka dots.
Exactly. You can see the shit, and the elephant is looking at you like, nigga. The elephant is looking at you,
nigga, run.
Like, exactly. What you gonna do? All right. I'm sitting here and I'm trying to get out the room. So, what you think, Swift Tiff? You gotta unmute.
I'm sorry, y'all. My mic was muted. I didn't even know. But yeah, I agree with it. You know, sometimes a person being good don't mean that y'all gonna mesh together. Y'all characters might not even, have a good conversations together. A person could be good all they want. What is good? And then it also goes back to if you're with somebody that's a survivalist and you are raised on love. So if you're raised on love and you with somebody who's raised on survival and you're a good person, you being a good person is not going to make them treat you any better in that relationship. It's not going to make them want to marry you, or it's not going to make them see all of that stuff that you want them to see because you're good. It doesn't work like that. We would like for it to, but it just don't.
You're saying you got a little feedback.
Yeah. I would say I would say exit out and then come back in because it's
exit out, come back in. Okay.
Yeah. Y'all lucky that my voice is starting to leave me because this is a moment where I would have broke out in song. You remember Erykah Badu on and on? She said I was born underwater with $3.06. She sounded like she was underwater, and I probably would have broke out singing real quick.
So look, peep this real quick. Brother Esoteric Podcast with John Yai says reasons for relationship differences between a man or a woman. What men want out of a relationship does not mean that's what the woman wants out of the relationship. Absolutely. And so that's what I just said, right?
Being in alignment. You got to be in alignment. We got to figure that out before we come together.
You can literally want two different things. Like me in a relationship, I want inclusivity. Let's say for me in Louisville, my family's not here. Okay, I just have my kids here, my twins with my ex-wife, but the rest of my family's not here. So I want inclusivity with your family. You know, I want to be a part of that. I want to enjoy your family just as much as you enjoy them. I don't want to be sitting at home every time you go and hang with your family. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be inclusive with that. I want to take yours and me strengths, combine them, and form Voltron. That's what the fuck I'm trying to do.
He said, I want yours and mine to be ours.
I want us to come together, merge, because that's what's supposed to happen when it comes to marriage, right? Is you're supposed to come together and become one. And she has strengths that empower me. I have strengths that empower her. And again, we come together, we form Voltron, and we take over the world. That's how that shit goes. You know what I mean?
I feel
that's
on that.
Me.
And
that's what I want.
I'm clingy. So have you ever just loved somebody so much you just want to crawl in their skin and live in it with them? I'm that. Like when I'm in love, I want to crawl in your skin and live in it with you. I'm clingy. So you gotta want that. You're gonna be with me.
There you go. And so that's the thing, is being intentional about understanding what we all want when it comes to relationship, right?
Not the defenders of the universe.
Esoteric Podcast with John Yai, he says the question is, what is an ideal relationship? It is a good question.
And that's different for everybody.
Before we go. What would you say would be an ideal relationship?
An ideal relationship. I feel like that's where I feel like an ideal relationship for me, because I feel like it's different for everybody. An ideal relationship for me is somebody that I can grow and evolve with. So we're going to support each other through every season of life. So you in this, so I'm on what you on and you on what I'm on. and we're going to support each other. We're going to uplift each other. We're going to motivate each other. We're going to encourage each other. We're going to support. We're going to, you know, you're my best
So
friend.
let me ask you a question. In the midst of all of that, why are you doing that? And my
you're doing life with somebody.
You're doing life, but
we're doing life together. We're building.
You're building. So I was in some client's house today, and I was just congratulating them because, I mean, both of them met each other at the homeless shelter right downtown.
Wow.
Wayside. They both met each other at the homeless shelter right downtown. Now, what's special and beautiful about this? They've been together 6 years. And in 6 years, you know, and she said, hey, his credit has gone past mine. But the whole point was that they were working together on fixing their credit. All right. Where I met them at was a new house that they just moved into. Okay. So 6 years ago, they were together, homeless, getting kicked out of Wayside because of they weren't supposed to be fraternizing. Right. They met each other at the homeless shelter. And 6 years later, beautiful house, you know, out off Westport in a nice neighborhood. And we got into a conversation of mindset. Because, you know, if you gonna converse with me, we're gonna get into those deep conversations. Because that's what I do. I'm a conversationalist. Now I'm with you, Dominique. Defenders of the universe type of love. Hell fucking yes. Let's go. Let's take over
against the world.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
See, you see it.
Yeah, genuine female Virgo energy. Absolutely. So, you know, and that's the thing is when I was talking with this couple, that it was just so dope because we got into a conversation about mindset. Bruh been to prison for some years. All right. And again, they both met at the homeless shelter 6 years ago, and now they got a nice house in a nice neighborhood, feeling good, looking good. And the whole thing is the come up is beautiful because they did it together and they're like best friends with each other. And we got into the whole conversation about, like, you know, the mentality of the impoverished mind, or why people want to stay in the hood versus getting out, and this, that, and the other, and the fact that, you know, you get called sellout when you go out the hood. And they're like, look, and bruh said, look, bruh, all I know is that when we was in the hood, all I heard was police sirens all the time. That's it. That's all I heard. But when we move out here, they said, bruh, our neighbors put flowers on our door as a welcome gift. People are waving at us. We walk out, we don't see trash or nothing like that. We see nice groomed yards and things of that nature, and we see beauty. And guess what? It messes with our mind to the point to where now we want to continue that beauty within our own household. So I'm gonna tell you something. When it comes to mindset, there's some shit that goes along with that. When it comes to all of that, people sit back and they think, oh, I'm about to be in the hood forever. Yeah, I'm about to man, fuck all that shit. All that bravado bullshit, man. I'm trying to build and buy properties and take over the world and fucking just be on some just grown man, like, nigga, we about to be able to retire, you know, earlier than 65 and travel type shit. You know, help some other people type shit. You know, help our kids create businesses type shit. You know, that's the type of shit we talking about.
You just spoke my dream life. Like, that's my dream, like, retirement. That's what retirement looks like for me. Going on, remember Kanye West said it in The Good Life, going on a living spree. I want to take my passport and, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I ever won the lottery, that's what I would do. I'm not packing nothing, just my passport, and whatever we need, we buy along the way, and we just go. That's my dream life.
Absolutely.
Well, look, I got some comments on the post. When I posted it earlier, I got lots of comments on in a relationship is being a good person good enough. Trey Jackson said, nope, it's not usually reciprocated. They take your kindness for weakness. LaQuisha said, people may not value what makes you valuable, but if it ain't good enough for that person, there are 8 billion people in the world. Richard Whitlock Jr. said, yes, when it's a good person that does it for you. When he doesn't do it for her, it won't matter. And the same is true for the other way around. Is it enough to hold on to? Is it enough to hold on you? If so, hold on for dear life. And is she pleasant too? Kinda Wilkerson said, absolutely not. Broke plus good equals get away from me. Impotent plus impotent plus good.
Shout out to Keena.
Don't mess her name up like that. She gonna get you. She said impotent plus good equals get away from me. Sex is very important in a relationship. Lazy plus good equals get away from me. I feel this on that. James Craycroft Jr. said, nope, I found out the hard way that being a good man isn't good enough. There are unfortunately a group of people that are extremely ungrateful and use the good ones and dismiss them once they find someone else.
I'm trying to
Y'all was cutting up. They on my post when I posted the flyer earlier today. They was cutting up. It's on my Facebook page. They was cutting up a little bit.
I feel like
It's on my Facebook page when I posted.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it right now. I'm just
okay.
I feel like I know, and I feel like it's Keena. I think it's kind of. It is kind of okay.
It's kind of.
Right. I'm thinking of somebody else. But Wilkerson, if that's I think I know. Actually, yeah, I do know. Shout out to her. She used to do hair, did she?
I don't think so.
No. Okay. All right. So I'm totally thinking somebody else. But either way, shout out to her because it was actually her. We're not friends on Facebook, but I did go and grab the post about RIP Mark Anthony from her page, and I shared it a while back. So shout out to her. Mark Anthony used to come in my DXL store when I managed it a couple years ago, and good dude. And shout out RIP him. But interesting when you look at the comments like that, just to kind of it's interesting the different thoughts that come together with people. El Denise LaQuisha, that is our resident therapist here at No Panties After Dark.
Love her.
Oh, shout out to her. Richard Whitlock, he just good people's out here in the city trying to, manhandle the world and make sure everybody's good in the hood.
You're trying to make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me and him, we go way back. I grew up with him. He's good people.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I thought I told you that before.
Nah, I didn't know that. I know he grew up with Quisha. But yeah, so that's what's up, man. Hey, and somebody listen, ladies, y'all date James Craycroft. We just gonna tell y'all, just date him, okay?
He's a good man. He's a good man.
But
Savannah.
I want to see,
man.
like, ladies, go date him, and
that's a good man, Savannah.
Yeah. So ladies, go date him. Before we leave, Swift Tiff, any last words before we go?
I don't know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we sure can, loud and clear.
Okay, because I can barely hear y'all. I don't know what happened, but my phone started going crazy. I lost camera view and everything. But yeah, like I said, I just agree with a lot of things. Being good is good and all, and we all want good. But if for good to work in a relationship, I feel like it has to be on both parts. One person being good is not going to help if the other person ain't going to appreciate the good coming from the partner. It just will not work.
Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. I shared it on on Instagram in the Instagram DM. Go pull it up real quick. We got to talk about that. I almost forgot.
Well, what's it dealing? Man, that's a full curry that though. What is it?
I shared it to you today. So we could talk about it.
What on what a DM between you and I?
Yes, it's in a DM between you and I DM'd it to our No Panties After Dark on Instagram. If you don't follow us on Instagram, we are No Panties After Dark on Instagram. So go follow.
Actually, we're No Panties AD.
We're No Panties AD.
Absolutely.
Just lacking panties to the side. We free balling.
Ooh. So which one is this? Because I see Spiritual World CEO sues woman after being rejected. Is that the one?
Yes, there you go. Yep, there we go. So he was a good man. He
So
was a good man, Savannah, and she wasn't with it. So
let's take a look at this real quick. All right,
right.
we just got a couple minutes. I want to get it down before 11, so we can be under them 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's just take a look at this and see, and we'll peep this out real quick, y'all, before we go. CEO sues woman after being rejected because she sees him as just a friend. He wants $2.3 million in damages because she ruined his reputation. She brought trauma, depression, and impacts to my life.
Because he said he was a good man. He got a good job. He was good to her. He was kind to her. Took her kids to Chuck E. Cheese, and she don't want him. Wow.
I guess what he's saying is she indulged in all the friendly things that he did for her. And in the end of it all, I guess he sat there and was like, okay, now are we going to be together? Are we're going to make love and have more babies?
I'm not dealing with him.
I'm a good man. I'm going to take you to my family. I'm going to take you to my family, and you are going to meet my family because that's what good men do. You are not going to date me. Why are you not going to date me? I don't understand. Where is the strip club? I need to go to the strip club. Because, hey, look, when we had the food truck,
She told him he wasn't about to not without my daughter, her.
When we had the food truck out on 4th Street, hey, don't get mad at me, but all the Indian dudes that literally would come and be like, where is the strip club? We have to go to the strip. Pointing right down to the PTs.
So I was trying to get that American love, the American way of making love, remember?
Yeah, well, that goat love just ain't working sometimes,
Jesus.
Jesus ain't got nothing to do with that shit. Not at all. So a CEO in Singapore filed 2 lawsuits against a woman he pursued romantically after learning she only wanted to be friends, and now is reportedly seeking around $2.3 million for the heartbreak. That's interesting because if he wins, then he now sets a precedence where motherfuckers can sue for heartbreak.
But you know what? I don't feel
well,
like
they already do that, though,
I'm
don't
going to
they?
tell you who did. Remember Mariah Carey when she was engaged to James Packer and the shit didn't work out and she sued him and got $5 million out of him. Because she relocated, she moved and uprooted her kids for him. And when the shit didn't work out, she sued him.
I think I've seen this story.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago. I mean, she with her backup dancer now. But she was with that billionaire and she moved her kids and changed her life for him, and it didn't work out. She sued him and got $5 million. I believe it was $5 million.
So I'm trying to figure this out. Kay Kashana claims Nora Tan damaged his stellar reputation. Okay, so a state court struck down the smaller lawsuit on January 28, alleging that Kaushik made manifestly groundless claims that were without foundation and took advantage of the court process in an effort to intentionally vexing or oppressing the defendant, the Straits Times reported. This court would not be an accessory to your bullshit calculated attempt to compel engagement from the defendant who, after years of massaging the claimant's unhappiness, has finally decided to stand up to his threats rather than cower and give in to his demands. State court's deputy this is just all fucked up. But a pretrial hearing for the other lawsuit where he's asking for $3 million in Singapore currency remains set for February 9th. The question is how much is $3 million in Singapore currency? We might find out that it's like $10 in American money. I mean, I'm just saying.
Jesus.
Shit happens. It happens. And it might be $200 as a matter of fact. This was a $200 date. This was a $200 date.
I think we got $10 in the cash shop. We can float it to them.
I don't know, bro.
No pennies after dark cards. We carry.
Look, Shayna Dixon is like, look, I didn't realize this was a thing. I'm about to call a lawyer. Greg, he's like, oh, what
You
hell?
call a lawyer, Shayna?
I need to sue as well. I don't know. I mean, I feel like when and we about to jump. I want to get this out of here in the next minute. But I just feel like when it comes to this, man, people jump into this stuff with too much expectations. Maybe I think I put it this way: my mom and my stepmom and my dad, they literally, my dad was like, "Look, I'm not looking for a date. I'm looking for a wife." And my stepmom, she was like, "I'm not looking for a date. I'm looking for a husband." So they set their expectations in the beginning.
And that's what you gotta do.
Thing. People, gotta let their balls hang and be real and set their expectations in the beginning. Yeah,
set it on the table.
And if you see a hammer coming that way, guess what? It's a problem.
I mean, and y'all laugh at me because of my dating habits. I'm real quick. Like, I know what I'm looking for. I know what I want. We go on one date, maybe two. But it's same for me. Out. Block.
Exactly.
Out. Why waste the time? Why waste your time? Why waste my time? You ain't what I'm looking for.
Man. All because we want something that another person is not willing to give. And that's the reality. Stop playing, folks.
That's what it is. Quit playing with people.
Exactly. Look, it's been another episode of No Panties After Dark. Swift Tiff, Pretty Brown Skin, Mr. Justice Joe. Hey, folks, that's what's up. We are out of here. We will see y'all same place, same time. It's No Panties After Dark. Appreciate y'all rocking with us all night. All 432 of you. That's dope. All right.
And next week we got an announcement for y'all. I can't wait to tell y'all what we've been up to behind the scenes.
We got a dope guest that's coming
I'm so excited.
March 1st. And
it's coming. It's gonna be lit.
This guest was on the show 10 years ago when we started
10 years ago.
Like, another show. This is where me and T came together and started. So, and this is a dope guest, and it's gonna be great conversation. So definitely March 1st. I'm telling you,
hang
put
out
this
with
shit
us.
in your
Keep
calendar, notifications, all that shit. It's gonna be dope.
Set the reminder.
Because
Set the reminder.
we're gonna talk about sex. We're gonna talk about business. It's gonna be dope with this guest right here. So either way, folks, it's No Panties After Dark. Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We will see y'all. Peace.
No panties after dark. Your adult relationship conversation. Going where most won't. Speaking on things most don't. It's no panties after dark. We put the relations back into relationships.
RJ.
Peace, y'all. It's No Panties After Dark.
I don't know.